Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea, and I have a crazy story to share with you. It's about the time I won the lottery but lost everything that mattered to me. People started using me, friends turned into enemies, and I realized that money can't buy happiness. So let me tell you my story. It all started when I was having lunch with my best friend Jenna at our favorite cafe. I casually mentioned that I bought a lottery ticket on a whim, and she laughed. "You know, the chances of winning are 1 in a million, right?" Jenna said, rolling her eyes. "Yeah, I know, but it's just for fun," I replied, shrugging it off. That night, as I was watching TV, the lottery numbers were announced. I couldn't believe my ears. I double-checked my ticket, and there it was. I had won $10 million. I immediately called Jenna, and she was just as shocked as I was. After the initial excitement wore off, I started to think about what I would do with all that money. First, I quit my job at the supermarket. Then, I bought a huge mansion, a fancy car, and went on a shopping spree. I was on top of the world. But things started to change. People who had never even spoken to me before suddenly wanted to be my friend. My social media was flooded with messages from long-lost relatives asking for money or help. I didn't know who to trust anymore. One day, I received a call from my cousin, Mike. We hadn't talked in years, but he had always been a nice guy, so I was happy to hear from him. "Hey, Andrea, I just wanted to congratulate you on your big win. How about we catch up and celebrate?" I thought it would be nice to reconnect, so I agreed. We met up at a fancy restaurant, and it felt good to have someone to talk to about my sudden change in fortune. But as the night went on, Mike started to talk about his business idea, a new app that he was sure would be a hit. He just needed some funding to get it off the ground. "Would you consider investing in my app, Andrea? I know it's going to be a huge success, and you'd be a part of it," he said, looking at me hopefully. I hesitated, but eventually agreed to invest $100,000 in his app. After all, I had more than enough money to spare. Mike hugged me and promised that I wouldn't regret it. Over the next few weeks, more people approached me with investment opportunities, sob stories, and requests for financial help. It became overwhelming, and I felt like I was being used. I became more and more cautious, and I started to distance myself from everyone. Jenna noticed the change in me and tried to talk to me about it. "Andrea, I'm worried about you. You're pushing everyone away. Remember, not everyone is after your money." But I couldn't help it. I'd become paranoid and suspicious of everyone's intentions. Things took a turn for the worse when my investment in Mike's app turned out to be a total bust. The app was a failure, and I lost all the money I had invested. I felt betrayed and angry. Around the same time, I started to notice that Jenna was spending more and more time with a new group of friends. I felt left out and began to wonder if she was only friends with me because of my money. One day, I confronted her about it. "Jenna, are you using me for my money? Is that why you've been spending time with other people?" Jenna looked hurt and shocked by my accusation. "Andrea, how could you even think that? I've been your friend since we were kids, long before you had any money. I've been worried about you, and I thought it might be good for both of us to make new friends. But I never expected you to think I was using you." I realized I had let my paranoia take over and pushed away the one person who truly cared about me. Jenna and I argued, and she left in tears. I felt terrible, but I didn't know how to fix things. I began to question everything I had done since winning the lottery. I had bought all the material things I ever wanted, but I was miserable. I was alone, and I had lost the people who mattered the most to me. Determined to make a change, I decided to put my money to good use. I started volunteering at a local charity and donated a large portion of my winnings to various causes. I wanted to give back to the community and to help others in need. It felt good to use my wealth for something positive. Over time, I started to rebuild my relationships with the people who truly mattered in my life. I apologized to Jenna and explained that I had let my paranoia take control. It took some time, but eventually she forgave me and we became close friends again. I sold the mansion and the fancy car, realizing that I didn't need them to be happy. I moved into a more modest home and found a new job that I loved. My life was starting to feel normal again, and I felt a sense of contentment that I hadn't experienced in a long time. As I reflect on this crazy journey, I've learned that money can't buy happiness. Yes, it can provide material comforts and security, but it can also bring out the worst in people. I now understand the true value of genuine friendships and the importance of living a life that isn't solely focused on material possessions. I won the lottery but lost everything that mattered to me. Thankfully, I was able to find my way back to what truly mattered: love, friendship, and a sense of purpose. Remember, money can come and go, but the people who genuinely care about you will always be priceless. That's it. That was my story. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to not miss the next one. See you soon.